What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Sunday night, late night news roundup here on Anfield Agenda. As always, my name's Craig and I'm here to bring you the very latest news that we think you need to know about Liverpool Football Club. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a piece from Simon Hughes that has, well, a part in it that at least hints at the possibility of Mohamed Salah staying, despite the fact he's announced his departure. More on that in a while. We'll also be talking about Bradley Barcola, as he's been once again linked with a move for the Reds. I'll fill you in a little bit more on that, and a couple of other bits and pieces that we didn't manage to get through in tonight's late night agenda. As always though, folks, you're the boss here. We want to know your thoughts, so let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course I hope that you do. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So let's start off with me reading through a couple of paragraphs from Simon's piece, and then there's one particular section that really has me intrigued. Let me see if you can spot it. So firstly, he said, Salah was not close to Klopp and felt as though he had done as much for the manager's status at Liverpool as the manager had done for him. During that campaign in 22-23 and the one after, Salah openly questioned what was going on at Liverpool, but only within the confines of the dressing room. Now, I don't know what he means by what was going on at Liverpool. Was it a lack of recruitment? Was it coaching decisions? I really don't know what Simon means by that. He goes on to say, though, and I think I read this as sarcasm from Simon, but I could be way off. Arne Slot seems to think that the squad's problems are fixable by adding more pace to wide areas and avoiding injuries. I don't know what to say to that, because the players that came in this year, outside of Isak, didn't really have too bad of injury records. And Jeremy Frimpong is on, by my count, I think his 5th muscle injury of the season, when he had none before. Arne's training methods have come under scrutiny far and wide this year. Our intensity's fallen off a cliff. We really aren't running as hard and as fast as we need to. We've been outrun by so many teams. I think it's 26 or 27 games this season. And all of it just makes me think like Simon's taken a bit of a swipe at the manager. Now, I am interpreting it because I don't know what Simon means by it, but they won't fix it because Arne's coaching has caused the problem. And if it was so obvious that we needed these attacking players in wide areas with pace, why didn't we try to do something in January, you know, when the season could still be saved? Maybe they didn't want to give the manager some new toys to play with because they had doubts about him. But the really interesting part is what I'm about to read out next. And this is the part I'd love your thoughts on in the comments. So Simon writes, not so long ago, some of Salah's associates in Egypt were quietly suggesting that he had not totally given up on the idea of remaining at Liverpool, despite recent announcements. So obviously that's posing the question, is there a way he stays? Well, he continues, yet for that to happen, a regime change would be needed, starting with Slot, but also in conjunction with departures of the directors who have confidence in him, but are similarly only a year away from their own contracts being finished. What do we think he means by that? Is he hinting that maybe we will see a regime change and maybe your favourite Irish ball Liverpool fan was on the money again? Or do we think he's hinting to something else? Because again, I'm not Simon Hughes. I don't know what he means by this, but to say Salah hadn't fully given up on the idea of staying, that if Arne was to go, perhaps, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, Fede Chiesa, let's talk a little bit about him. This piece here in Calcio Mercato out of Italy said that Federico Chiesa could leave Liverpool this summer, with the Reds open to offers of around 25 million euro. Juventus and Napoli are both keeping tabs on the winger situation ahead of a possible move back to Serie A. Now, best of luck getting 25 million for Chiesa, because 2 years ago when he was younger, nobody would pay that for him. We paid, I think, £12 million if my memory's right, and he hasn't played for pretty much 2 years and has gotten 2 years older. So I don't see any world in which Liverpool get 25 million euro, but if we can, well done. That would be a grand bit of business, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's wait and see. So, Team Talk have said Liverpool face a huge battle to land Yan Diamonde. Bayern are already making plans for a future move for the RB Leipzig winger amid growing uncertainty over Michael Olise's long-term future in Germany. Liverpool remain strong admirers of Diamonde, but Bayern are now positioning themselves to enter the race. And again, if you're looking around at the Liverpool situation right now, the coach that's in there, the lack of belief from the players and the coach, the public protestations of Salah and others, it's probably not going to be the most endearing of places to you at this moment. So again, a managerial change there, perhaps bring somebody else in who would excite the fans, excite new signings. Isn't out of the question, really, is it? So this coming out of Portugal said Liverpool are interested in Porto midfielder Alan Varela, who could depart Porto this summer. Now, I don't know if this is lazy journalism, if this is picking up on the interest that we were rumoured to have in him last summer, but I've not heard anything about this. Now, that means nothing other than I haven't heard anything about it. Let me know what you guys think on this one. For me, I think Wharton is certainly a more than credible option that Liverpool are looking at. My humble opinion, that would be potentially to replace McAllister. Outside of that, if Jones moves on, maybe somebody else, but we will bring in a 6, and I think Endo could move on as well. We've also seen that Joe Gomez's future could be up in the air. Canade, we still have no breakthrough in that situation, and here we are 1 week away from the end of the season. That's not really great for Hughes and Edwards, is it? So like I've said before, the people that are going around briefing everybody that they're backing the manager is the very ones whose reputations are on the line if he's proven to be a failure. They've already made mistakes with the goalkeeping department. They've made mistakes with the situation with Harvey Elliott and have cost FSG between 15 and 20 million quid in a transfer fee. Have wasted money on Chiesa that at least we can say Arna didn't want, but we don't know who did bring him in. So that's been 14 million quid in wages plus the transfer fee wasted. As I said, they've taken us from having the strongest goalkeeping department in Europe to now not knowing whether Alisson wants to stay or not, whether Gomez wants to stay or not. Robbo's gone, Salah's gone, Alisson might go. Need I go on? All of this is down to one fella. And again, look at the amount of former players and current players who are liking Salah's post. So to the Gary Nevilles, the Jason Burts, and everybody else that wants to have a pop at Mo, we don't care what your opinion is, because we're very much behind Mo in this situation. He's speaking up when others aren't, when others are cowering. And we did a poll tonight in our chat and we asked, do you back Mohamed Salah in his stance? 95% of over 6,000 people said yes, they do. Right, to finish up a little bit on Bradley Barcola. This report from Alexis Bernard said Liverpool are ready to pay the price for Bradley Barcola, and the player who was keen to go to Anfield in the summer of 2025 is even more keen and more tempted today. Now, what I don't know is what the situation is with PSG. I haven't got a clue there. I know Liverpool are interested and have been for a while. PSG are talking with him over a new deal, but I don't know how it pans out. Let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think about this one. Bradley Barcola, do you think he becomes a Liverpool player this summer? If so, let me know what you think the price will be. And if not, let me know what your alternatives are. So, ladies and gents, that is it for tonight, but we will be back tomorrow. Connor will be here in the morning, I'll be here in the evening with a video, and then we'll have an episode of the Anfield Agenda podcast with a brand new face for the new season that will be uploaded here to the YouTube channel in its entirety as a one-off special to introduce our new guest. So other than that, we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate your support as always, and any thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section. We'll talk soon.